Welcome to the Deep Dive, brought to you by Neon Insights, your ultimate destination for thorough, insightful breakdowns of the biggest films that are, well, truly shaping the conversation right now.
Absolutely.
Before we plunge in, please make sure to press that like and subscribe button. It really helps us keep these deep dives coming your way. Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise and really get to the heart of what's happening. Today, we're plunging headfirst into what feels like an instant classic already, the India versus England 2025 Test Series.
Yeah.
Honestly, it wasn't just a cricket series, was it? It was an absolute roller coaster. People are calling it one of the most entertaining in years. Our mission today, to unpack it all, the key moments, the flashes of individual brilliance, the tactics, and of course that absolutely nail-biting finish. We want you to walk away not just knowing the scores, but really feeling what went down.
It really was an incredible stage, wasn't it? You felt the history, the competition right from the start. It ran from, June 20th to August 4th. Part of the World Test Championship cycle, too. 5 tests hosted by England, and the tension just built and built right up to that final day, a 2-2 draw in the end. We're going to break down how every single moment kind of led to that incredible finish and, what it means for Test cricket.
Okay, let's do it. Let's walk through the series test by test. Kicking off at Headingley in June. England, straight out of the blocks, a stunning 5-wicket win. And what really grabbed everyone was that chase, right? 371 runs. I mean, that's the 10th highest successful chase in Test history. Just massive.
Huge. Ben Duckett with 149 was phenomenal, and Root was just Root, wasn't he? Composed 48 to see them home.
Exactly. And on the Indian side, Shubman Gill, on his captaincy debut, gets an impressive 127 not out, showed his leadership early. But here's the crazy thing. India scored 5 centuries in that match. 5. And still lost, partly down to some costly drop catches, it seems.
Yeah, that tells you a lot, doesn't it? 5 tons and you still lose.
It showed England's baseball intent, maybe, willing to chase anything. But for India, it kind of exposed that maybe the fielding needed tightening. Even with batting brilliance, those small margins matter.
Definitely. It set a really tense tone, England showing that aggressive intent. But India hit back, didn't they? Edgbaston, July, the second test. An emphatic response, won by, 336 runs, leveled the series right up. That was huge. And Akash Deep, 10 wickets in the match, 6 for 99 in the second innings. Sensational stuff.
Plus Rishabh Pant getting those twin centuries. Crucial runs.
And historically significant, too, India's first ever test win at Edgbaston.
What did that win do for India's confidence, do you think, after that opening loss?
Oh, absolutely pivotal. It completely shifted the momentum, didn't it? It showed their resilience, their depth, proved they wouldn't be, rolled over by England's attack. You saw a real collective spirit come back. It was a statement win.
Right. But then, just as India seemed to find their groove, Lords, mid-July, England snatched the lead back. A narrow 22-run win. A low-scoring thriller, this one.
It really was. India looked in control after bowling England out for 192 first innings. But then England's bowlers, Carson, Stokes, they somehow pulled it back. India ended up short, 58 for 4 in that second dig. Tough chase.
What did that match tell us about England's fight? Their ability to come back from the brink.
It was pure England fighting spirit, wasn't it? Dismissed cheaply, but the bowlers just believed. It highlighted that baseball isn't just about batting. It's that relentless attitude, never giving up. They can pull wins out of nowhere, kept the series balanced on a knife edge, really.
Which takes us to Old Trafford. The 4th test, late July, the classic draw. India really had to dig deep here. Batted out the last 5 sessions.
Incredible effort. Jadeja and Washington Sundar with those unbeaten tons saved them from a 300-plus deficit.
And Captain Gill, he made that call, didn't he? Grind out the draw, don't accept the handshake on day 5.
Yeah, drew some flack from Cook and Vaughan, who said the pitch was offering nothing.
What's going through a captain's mind there, with ex-legends commenting the series on the line? What does that tell us about Gill?
It's immense pressure. You're not just playing the game, you're managing the narrative, the series situation. His decision to grind it out despite the noise, it showed real resolve. Pragmatism, maybe not flashy, but tactically vital. Keep the series alive, send a message, suggests he trusts his own judgment, even if it's unpopular.
Right. So we've seen the back and forth of the matches. Epic stuff.
Yeah.
But this series was also defined by just incredible individual performances, wasn't it? Let's spotlight some of those stars.
Absolutely. That's what made it so compelling. The sheer impact of certain players was huge. Start with Shubman Gill, the Indian captain. 754 runs, average of 75.40, just immense. And that Edgbaston test, 430 runs across both innings, 269 and 161. That's second only to Gooch in Test history for a match aggregate.
Unbelievable number.
Plus centuries in 3 consecutive tests against England. He's topping the early WTC cycle charts. It really felt like his arrival as a truly global test force. And leading from the front with the bat, that's captaincy.
Leading by example, definitely. Who else stood out in that Indian batting lineup?
Well, KL Rahul provided that steady hand, 532 runs, averaged over 53, very solid second highest scorer. And then Ravindra Jadeja, his dual impact was just remarkable. 516 runs batting down at 6 or lower, average 86. That's incredible.
Yeah, and breaking records too.
Exactly. That 53 at the Oval broke Sober's 59-year record for most runs by a 6+ in an away series. First Indian ever over 500 runs batting that low in an away series, surpassing VVS Laxman, shows his evolution.
Oh.
Then you had Jaiswal, explosive 118 at the Oval, averaged over 81, strike rate around 77, looks a real match winner. And we can't forget Pant's twin tons at Edgbaston or Washington Sundar's maiden ton that saved the Old Trafford test. Real depth.
Incredible batting depth. Okay, what about the bowlers? Who kept England's hitters in check?
Mohammed Siraj really stepped up. India's leading wicket taker, 23 wickets, best of 6 for 70. That Yorker to get Crawley on day 3 at the Oval felt massive at the time. And then that final day, Siraj the Magnificent, they called him. 5 wickets, 9 in the match, just blew England away.
Though there was that fielding error too, wasn't there? The boundary rope incident.
Ah, yes. Stepping on the rope, nullifying Brooks' wicket, drew criticism from Ponting. Shows even heroes aren't perfect, right? High pressure moments. Akash Deep, too, his 10 wickets at Edgbaston were huge, plus that surprise 66 as night watchman in the final test. Unexpected bonus.
So much drama from the Indian side. What about England's key contributors?
Joe Root, just monumental, wasn't he? 537 runs, averaged over 67. His 105 in the final test was his 39th century. 39th.
Incredible longevity.
Holds a record for most 50s versus India at home, tied that mark. Made 500+ runs against India for the 3rd time in a series. Nobody else has done that. He's the top run scorer ever in India-England clashes. A true legend.
And Harry Brook, he had a great series too.
Yeah, brilliant support. 481 runs, averaged over 53. That 111 in the final test almost won it for them. Crucial. Bowling-wise, Josh Tongue was consistently threatening. 19 wickets overall, 5 in the last test. Always seemed to break partnerships. Ben Stokes, before his injury, bowled brilliantly in the 4th test. 5 for 72. Joined that elite club Sobers, Botham Callis, 10+ tons, and multiple 5-4s.
Shame he missed the final test. Pope stepped in.
Yeah, that shoulder tear was a blow. And speaking of grit, that image of Chris Wokes coming out to bat with a dislocated shoulder, didn't face a ball, but just being there, that sums up the spirit, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Incredible individuals on both teams. Which leads us perfectly to that finale, the 5th test at the Oval. This match had everything Test cricket offers, didn't it?
Yeah.
India set England 374 after clearing at 396. England ended day 3, 50 for 1. Siraj got Crawley right at the end. Big wicket.
Huge wicket psychologically, but England's response on day 4, wow.
Pure drama. They accelerated, didn't they? Reached 339 for 6 at stumps, just 35 needed, 4 wickets left. That Root-Brook partnership, 195 runs, Root 105, Brook 111. It looked like England's game.
Completely. Turned the momentum right around.
But then India grabbed 3 quick wickets after tea. Suddenly, uncertainty, game on again.
And then the rain came down, forced an early close, left everyone hanging for day 5.
What must that atmosphere have been like going into that final day, knowing what was at stake after the rain delay?
Electric. Almost unbearable tension, I'd imagine. The rain just amplified it, didn't it? It took away England's chance to maybe finish it then, shifted all the pressure onto that one final morning. Every single ball felt monumental. The series hanging by a thread.
And what a final day. August 4th, 2025. England needed 35, 4 wickets left, and India somehow pull off a 6-run victory. England collapsed from 339 for 6 to 366, all out, chasing 374.
Siraj. Just breathtaking. 5 wickets under that intense pressure. Smith, Overton, Atkinson, gone. That Yorker to shatter Atkinson's stumps, and Atkinson batting with a dislocated shoulder. Unbelievable drama.
India's narrowest ever test win by runs. Just incredible. Remind us what was on the line that day.
Everything, basically. England win, they take the series 3-1. India take those 4 wickets, or maybe rain saves them, it's 2-2. And India keep the Anderson-Tendulkar Trophy. Siraj's spell. That was clutch bowling personified. It mirrored the whole series, really. Back and forth, pendulum swinging wildly. Just when you thought one team had it, the other produced something extraordinary. That unyielding spirit.
And the conditions played their part too, right? The pitch, the weather.
Oh, absolutely. The oval pitch started with good pace and bounce, but it definitely slowed down from day 3. Spin became more relevant. You remember Gambier clashed with the ground staff before the match? Shows how much they were thinking about the surface.
Right, anticipating how it might deteriorate.
And the rain on day 4, plus that heavy cloud cover on day 5, it definitely helped the swing bowlers, made that chase even tougher for England in the end, added that extra layer of unpredictability.
So stepping back from the moment-to-moment drama,
Yeah.
what's the bigger picture? What's the lasting impact of this series on Test cricket?
Well, statistically, it was massive. No team had ever chased more than 263 at the Oval before, and England nearly got 374. Shows the ambition now. Gill's 430 runs in a Test, second highest ever. Jadeja breaking records, batting down the order. And 5 Indian batters scoring 400-plus in an away series. Only the third time that's ever happened, shows incredible depth. But beyond stats, it felt like it revitalized things, you know?
Yeah. And what were the experts saying? The legends watching on?
A real mix, actually. Nasser Hussain loved it, called it a much-needed spectacle, but also pointed out issues like pitch behavior, scheduling. Ravi Shastri was urging Gambhir to be aggressive with the bowlers at the Oval, typical Ravi. Ashwin had an interesting take, criticized India's inability to build pressure bowling on that Oval pitch, called it a lost art. Food for thought there. And Dale Stein predicted India might lose 3-2. So India definitely proved some people wrong with their resilience.
And amongst all that fierce competition, there were moments of real sportsmanship, too.
There were, weren't there? Like the Indian players acknowledging Wokes as he walked out injured. That respect between the teams was clear. Look, ultimately the 2-2 draw felt right somehow, a fair reflection of the drama. People are comparing it to the 2005 Ashes. High praise. It definitely got people talking about Test cricket again, set a new benchmark for pure entertainment and competition, just what the format needed.
Absolutely. The India versus England 2025 Test Series. It won't be forgotten quickly. Landmark wins, heroic stuff, that unyielding spirit a series Test cricket really needed. And India retained the Tendulkar Trophy. A fitting end.
Definitely. And maybe something for you, the listener, to think about. How much do those unpredictable things shape these contests? A sudden shower, a key injury, one dropped catch. How much do they influence the story, the legacy beyond just pure skill? Are other sports quite as vulnerable to those little moments, those external pressures, those errors flipping the whole result? This series, maybe more than most, really hammered home how those unpredictable elements can create sporting history. Makes you think, doesn't it?